Stop saying I need medicine here are 3 better responses to get what you need at the pharmacy.
I know it's so embarrassing when you're trying to explain your symptoms and you don't know the right words.
Let's start with level 1, basic pharmacy conversations. You'll learn how to ask for common medications and understand the pharmacist's questions.
That's right. For example, instead of saying I need medicine, you can say I'm looking for something to relieve my headache.
Exactly. And at level 2, intermediate pharmacy conversations will cover how to describe your symptoms and ask for specific types of medication.
Like what?
Well, for instance, you can say I have a sore throat or I've been feeling nauseous all day.
Pause and guess. What phrase would you use to ask the pharmacist if they have any medication for a cold?
The answer is, do you have anything for a cold? Or I'm looking for something to help with my cold symptoms.
That's really helpful. I never knew how to ask for medication in a more natural way.
It's all about using the right phrases and vocabulary. Let's try another example.
Okay, what if I want to ask for a refill on my prescription?
You can say, I need a refill on my prescription, or can I get a refill on my medication?
That's easy. What about if I want to ask about side effects?
You can ask what are the common side effects of this medication, or are there any side effects I should be aware of?
I see, so it's all about being clear and specific when asking about medication.
So, let's dive into level 3 of our pharmacy conversations. This is where things might get a bit more specific.
Right, because now we're not just asking for general advice, we're asking about specific medications or conditions.
Exactly. For example, if you're looking for a cream for dry skin, you might say, I'm looking for something to help with eczema.
And the pharmacist might respond with, have you tried any over-the-counter treatments before? Which leads us into level 4.
At level 4, we're discussing our medical history and previous treatments. This is where phrases like I've been experiencing or I've had issues with come in handy.
It's also important to know how to describe your symptoms accurately. Using phrases like I've had a persistent cough or I've been feeling dizzy can help the pharmacist understand your situation better.
Let's practice a scenario. Liam, you're at the pharmacy looking for something for a headache. How would you ask the pharmacist for advice?
I'd say, hi, I'm looking for something to help with this headache I've had all day. Can you recommend anything?
Great example. Now, let's say the pharmacist asks if you have any allergies. You might say, I'm allergic to, and then name the medication or ingredient.
Right, and it's also good to know how to say, I'm not sure, or I don't know in case you're asked something you're unsure about.
Exactly. Saying I'm not sure is totally fine. It's better to be honest than to guess and possibly give incorrect information.
Now let's try to use the phrasal verb pick up in context. For instance, I need to pick up my prescription.
That's a good one. And we can also use pick up to talk about getting better, like I'm starting to pick up after being sick.
Pause and guess. What phrase would you use if you wanted to ask the pharmacist to explain something again because you didn't understand it the first time?
You could say, could you go over that again? Or could you explain that in a different way?
Let's explore another useful expression, get rid of. For example, this medication should help get rid of my sinus infection.
That's a great example. And we can also use get rid of to talk about stopping a habit or a symptom, like I'm trying to get rid of this cough.
Now let's roleplay a situation where we need to ask for a refill on a prescription. Emma, can you start?
Sure, hi, I'm here to get a refill on my prescription. Can you help me with that?
And then the pharmacist might ask, do you have your prescription bottle with you?
Now, let's dive into the most advanced level of pharmacy conversations, where you'll need to describe complex symptoms and ask for specific advice.
That's right, Emma. For instance, you might say, I've been experiencing a persistent headache for the past few days, and I'm not sure what's causing it.
Exactly. And the pharmacist might respond with, have you tried taking any pain relievers or applying a warm compress? Which is a great opportunity to use the phrase, I've tried everything.
The phrase, I've tried everything, is a great way to express that you've attempted various solutions without success, and it can help the pharmacist understand your situation better.
Another useful expression is to get to the bottom of something, which means to find the cause or solution to a problem. For example, I want to get to the bottom of why I'm experiencing these symptoms.
That's a great one, Emma. And what about to rule something out? How would you use that in a pharmacy conversation?
You could say, I want to rule out the possibility that my headache is caused by a food allergy. It means to eliminate or exclude a potential cause or solution.
Now let's practice using these expressions in a conversation. Pause the video and try to guess the strongest phrase to use when asking for a refund. I'd like to request a refund, I'm returning this item, or I'm not satisfied with this product.
The strongest phrase is I'm not satisfied with this product, because it clearly states the reason for the return and shows that you're not just looking for a refund, but also want to provide feedback.
Using the phrasal verb to follow up is also important in pharmacy conversations, especially when you need to check on the status of a prescription or a refund.
Exactly, Liam. You could say, I'd like to follow up on my prescription and see if it's ready for pickup. It shows that you're taking initiative and care about the progress of your request.
And finally, let's talk about to pick someone's brain, which means to ask someone for advice or information, often in an informal setting.
For example, you could say, I'd love to pick your brain about the best course of treatment for my symptoms. It's a friendly way to ask for expert advice and shows that you value the other person's opinion.
Now that we've covered these advanced expressions, it's time to put them into practice and see how they can improve your pharmacy conversations.
So, what's the most challenging situation you've faced at a pharmacy, and how did you handle it? Share your story in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going.
Can you think of a time when you had to describe a complex symptom or ask for specific advice at a pharmacy? What phrase or expression did you use, and how did it help you communicate more effectively?